Hey everybody, it's your girl Indy B.
Hey everybody, this is Meg.
It's your boy Trey, and this is R&B Unfolded. We're here with our guest, Blakk Soul.
What's good? What's good?
All right, real quick, before we get into it, Blakk Soul, for the people who don't know who you are, would you like to tell them?
I'm a singer, songwriter, audio engineer, vocal producer out of Tacoma, Washington. Yeah, pretty much a jack of all trades. My slogan is I try to put a little paint where it ain't whenever I'm in the studio. So, yeah, that's me.
Oh, I like that. That's hard.
I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was smooth.
Yeah. Oh, thank you.
So what goes on into like making an album such as Take Your Time? Like, how was your creative process like for this particular album?
Man, for this particular album, it kind of came in waves. I didn't sit all at once and knock all of the records out. Like it was over a course of like probably a year. Mm-hmm. So really it was just going through different phases of life. I try to make sure that my music reflects, things that are actually happening in my life or things that I'm actually bearing witness to. And so that's kind of where you can see it can go from like the real life records to some, having fun in the sun records to then like some of the slow down R&B jams at night type of feel. Really just inspired by all of the sounds that I grew up on that I was kind of turned on to in terms of R&B. So, yeah.
I think that's the best kind of album. You can always reflect and feel something off of at least one of the songs.
Right.
Stuff like your own life.
And I also thought it was like a perfect mix of everything, like a well-rounded album.
Appreciate that. My goal for it was, I was like, there may not be one person that likes it all, but hopefully there's one thing on there for somebody.
Exactly. And I would say that Help is definitely my favorite song off the album. It's a whole vibe, a whole bang.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that.
Of course. What would you say is your favorite song off the album and why?
Ooh, favorite one off the album? Man, I kind of hold all of them near and dear to my heart. Maybe Dangerous. I think Dangerous because it kind of came from a different idea that I had for a project that I kind of just merged in with the album. So like I was always a big fan of like Def Comedy Jam and the Def Poetry Jam. And so if you'll notice that starts off with like a poem, I was gonna do like a whole EP that was gonna pay ode to Def Poetry Jam. So I was gonna intro all the songs with all of my favorite poems from Def Poetry Jam and then turn them into songs. So that's kind of where that came from. So I guess that was probably my favorite one so far because it kind of was a remnant of that idea and then carried into something new.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna listen to that one with a new
with a new
perspective on it, right?
Right.
Yeah.
All right. So, who is your inspiration in the music industry, and what impact did they have on your music?
I was always heavily influenced by like the soulful cats that had deeper registers in their voice because I don't really have a high singing voice like that, at least out of my regular voice, maybe my falsetto. But so like the Marvin Gayes, the Music Soul Childs, the Bilaus, like the D'Angelos, of course, all those things that I felt like heavily rooted in soul, heavily backed by artists that showed a lot of conviction in the delivery of their music, and kind of just people I could relate to. And like D'Angelo, he just seemed like a regular nigga that could just sing good. You know what I mean? And that would sing about stuff that we would go through, regularly. Like he come out on the stage and perform in a do-rag and a tank top. You know what I'm saying? Like he rolled out of bed like, oh yeah, we do got a show tonight, huh? It just so that to me that was always cool because it didn't seem like they were able to find success without having to overdo the presentation. It was just real organic and real natural.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So you've worked with so many artists such as Playboy Carti, Dr. Dre, Anderson .Paak, Malcolm Moore, and that's just to name a few. So what was that experience like?
Everything was great. I think as far as those are concerned, I only actually got to be in the studio with Dr. Dre. A lot of times it's stuff in music, like the collaborations aren't as formal. A lot of it be through email and whatnot. So with Carti and Macklemore, a lot of that was just through email and working with the producer. But for Dr. Dre, I actually got to spend like a year and a half with him. So that was an amazing experience. I learned a lot. All of the experiences that I've heard of, like, you know, the 50 Cents and the Games and the Kendricks, like going through like their hot seat experience and all that. Like I've gotten to experience all of that, and yeah, it was just dope. I learned a lot for sure.
Yeah, that's amazing. He's definitely a legend. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
like
Definitely a legend.
that beats the Dre, like the beats created Dre, like that's crazy.
Yeah. Like, that was never, and the crazy part was that was never on my bucket list. But I had a homeboy that I grew up with, who he's always been a fan of West Coast music, always been a fan of Dre, and for whatever reason in his mind, he always just thought that I was going to work with Dre at some point in my career.
Yeah.
Like I said, I've always been a fan and respecter of his work. It was never on my personal bucket list, and I never knew anybody within my circle to where that was going to be possible. And then, you know, sometimes things just happen out of nowhere, and I was like, damn, that's crazy. He always did say.
What's one little story or like lesson you learned from him in the studio with him? Because you was with him like all day. So like
yeah. I mean, I learned a lot from his attention to detail is like unearthly. Like you'll think he'll be looking like he's multitasking, doing stuff on his phone and not paying attention to like what's actually transpiring with the music, and then he'll pop his head up and be like, go back to the top of bar 13. There was a flat note that should have been sharp or something. And you'll be like,
oh my God.
And then they'll go back, solo it out, and you'll be like, damn, sure enough is. That's pretty crazy.
Yo, that's insane.
Yeah. I think in all around just how to create a really productive workflow when you got a lot of people in the studio. He's really good at whether it just be you and the producer working, you know, real intimately, or if it's a room full of people that you kind of got to orchestrate and lead in the right direction to build up a track. Like he's really good at understanding how to keep a productive workflow for either situation. And that I've been able to carry that on into like other sessions I work in when I write for people and whatnot. Like I'm able to really make sure that we're getting the most out of the session.
So you are an artist, a songwriter, producer. What do you enjoy the most?
Man, I'll probably say I enjoy engineering the most, to be honest. Like I love trying to figure out ways to push sound forward and to try to innovate and create something new, whether it be by, you know, techniques or subtle differences. Like I really study a lot of my favorite engineers and try to see what they contribute to the game or what they do different that makes them stand out. Because right. You know, there's like basic things that pretty much all engineers do, but then there's like other things, other little nuances that really separate, you know, the regular engineer from the really great engineer.
It's like you said, it's the details.
Yeah, it's always in the details.
That's a great skill to have, to want to keep improving something, you know?
Yeah.
In the same place, right?
Progress over perfection.
Right.
So I read that you wanted to be a lawyer, and you changed your whole path into coming into the music industry. So what was that all about? Like, how did that switch happen? What made you do that?
So I always loved music, but it wasn't until later on that I really became passionate about pursuing a career in music. Probably not till like my sophomore year of college, but up until then, I was just playing sports and looking to pursue a law degree. So like I went to compete out in DC at a national debate conference. I won. I was taking all law classes. Yeah. I did my internship at a law office.
So what can you not do? So you want to be a lawyer?
I'm saying you're an athlete, a lawyer, songwriter. Sheesh.
Man, you know, man, my mom, you know, she's African, and she always just instilled in me, like, if you really put all your focus into something, you can achieve it. And I really took it to heart young. And so everything that I've tried to attempt, like I always really try to put my best foot forward and really learn it and understand what separates, you know, the regular from the above average. And so it was really after coming and doing my internship at the law office that I realized maybe this ain't something I can see myself doing for the rest of my life, which even still kind of changes because now that I'm more involved in music and on the business side, I probably could see myself doing music business for the rest of my life. But like at that time, it was just, you know, tax law, reading over a bunch of proposals, depositions, and None of that stuff. I really just cared about the debate part. That was the part that excited me the most. You know what I mean? So, yeah. So, all the behind the scenes prep stuff, the litigation, I was like, I'm kind of over that. And then music was the thing that always came to me naturally, but I never really worked on. So I was like, I wonder where this could go if I really worked on it. Because everybody had been telling me for years that they could see me doing a career in music. It just wasn't. I didn't believe in myself until later.
Right.
But we're glad you made that switch so we can hear you with music.
Yeah. Wait, hold on. Before we go to the next question, what sport did you play?
Basketball, football, and ran track.
Oh man,
See, he does it all. So
golly.
I'm trying to be like you when I grow up.
Yo, this man's super talented.
Man, I try. I definitely try.
All right, so we have this game we always like to play on This Is R&B Unfolded. It's called Name That Artist and Song Title. So we're gonna play a couple songs and see how well you do.
Okay, testing my knowledge.
Oh man, here we go.
If he can get through all 5, then there's nothing he can't do.
Yeah, I want to say.
I'm just gonna
point, at that point, he might be the GOAT.
All right, you ready?
All right. Yep. Faith Evans used to love me.
Wow, you're okay.
Bro, he said that jump kind of quick.
Oh, this is gonna be easy for him then.
I don't know.
All right, here's number 2.
Genuine Pony.
Yep. All right, number 3.
Boyz II Men, Motown Philly.
Oh my God.
Oh, you're good at this. All right, number 4.
Groove Theory by Groove Theory. Oh no, wait. Nobody not doing so. Oh no, this is Zane or Zane?
Yep.
Hey, Mr. DJ.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. I thought it sounded like Groove Theory for a second, but I was like, oh no.
I'm impressed. I must say I'm impressed.
Right.
That would happen.
She was a fan, but a friend didn't care. I like the ones who buy their own damn beers. If you want to toast to the life that you live, pour enough shots for the whole year. Jet black hair, baby, jet black hair. Matte black.
Man, I know it's Anderson. I just forgot what the title of the joint is.
All right. If you can give us who it's featuring, then you can just get that point.
In a while, baby, come here. Shape like pear, baby, jet black hair. But the drinks and I paid no care. Hold a nigga down, don't go nowhere. It's been a while, baby, come here. We peeking.
Is it Norrell? I'm stumped. Dang. Oh, I thought it was going 5 for 5.
So close. All right. Do you want a hint?
Yeah, hit me.
All right, so she was in a show when she was younger.
She was in a show when she was younger.
Her brother just came out with a new sunglasses line.
I think this one got me. I think I'm stumped.
He's also in Love and Hip Hop. The brother.
The brothers in Love and Hip Hop?
Yep.
Ray J?
Yes.
Anderson and Ray J?
No, that's the brother of the featured artist.
Oh, Anderson and Moesha Brandy.
Yep, Brandy.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say I definitely have heard Anderson and Ray J joint.
All right, so you did pretty good. I really am impressed.
4 for 5?
4 for 5.
Not too bad. I'll take it.
Yeah, that was real good.
You still did good though.
Man, look, I'm an overachiever. I'm like, man, I gotta get 5 for 5 next time.
I mean, you basically had it though. You really
Yeah.
had it because you got Anderson.
Yeah, Anderson got a really standout voice. So
Yeah, he does. He's dope.
yeah, there you go.
So can you send it out some vocals on one of your favorite songs?
One of my favorite songs on the album. Which is I guess I could do Dangerous.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, let's hear that.
All right. It's such a love for you, dripping like water, touching your faucet, 'cause you need it. You know you're so loyal, that's why I pull up and show up. Somebody save me, watching you get old, that drives me crazy. This shit ain't love, it's addiction. Ooh. Pull up on you, take your skirt off, hands in the air, take my shirt off, legs on my shoulders with no bars, yelling like you ain't got no walls. I'll beat it down till there's no walls, no wall, no. No connection the same as this one. This shit is dangerous, ain't no replacing hearts when they're tainted.
Yo, that
Wow.
is amazing.
You just went crazy.
Thank you.
I'm
Appreciate
trying
it.
to
Light
go to a
work.
concert. When quarantine is over, let me know when a concert.
Man, I'm so
man.
ready to hit the stage, man. This whole quarantine thing been holding us all back. I know all of us been ready to get out there and get on the stage, man, and get back to the live performances.
He said that was light work. I don't know what y'all talking about.
Oh, you came out of nowhere. Sheesh.
Nah, man. Thank you. I appreciate that, y'all.
Thank you for coming on the show. It was great having you.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
for
thanks
sure.
for having me, for real.
It was a pleasure for sure. Where can people find you? Social media or anything?
Oh, I try to keep everything one-stop shop. Everything Blakk Soul music. That's BLAKK Soul music. Everything from Twitter to Instagram to Facebook. It's all the same.
All right. Well, everybody, y'all heard it there. Everybody, please go stream his latest album. Take your time. That thing is a banger. I feel like everybody liked it too. It's real dope.
Oh, appreciate it. Please do.
All right. Thanks for watching. This is R&B Unfolded.